What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Balanced Perception YouTube channel. And today we are back with a new episode, a great day because my newest printer just came in. Finally joining the ranks of the Bambu family. Not getting rid of any Creality, still, you know, love my Creality machines, but time for a new kid on the block. So let's check this sucker out. All right, so I'm sure you guys have seen several Bambus, you know, on the internet. It's my first time trying one out. The print speed on these things is amazing. I'm right now printing at about between 60 and 70 millimeters per second. This can go up to, I think, 2,000 millimeters per second. To give you a comparison, I was, you know, already played with the software. I have a print that would take approximately 4 days, if I recall, on my CR10 V3. On this sucker, 14 hours. So I'm really excited to get it going. I'm just gonna, you know, unbox it, set it up, get our first print going. I might print a Dji. I have never ever printed a Dji in my entire life. I'm running 10 printers right now, never printed a Dji. I don't know, I don't think I want to break that streak. So we're just gonna unbox this, set it up, and then probably just jump straight into our first print. So let's hop to it. So as you can see, it's packaged very nicely. Hopefully you guys don't hear in the background my CR10 S5 or V5, whatever is going. It's making a lot of noise, so hopefully you guys don't hear too much of that. But let's go ahead and get this sucker out of the box. And boom. Packaged very nicely. You guys can see like they put a lot of, I don't know, this bubble, whatever, air wrapping in here. A lot of packaging, very secure. But we don't need that anymore, so we're getting rid of it. And then we are going to go ahead and open this sucker up. Use our knife again. Wow, looks really nice. I'm really pumped and excited for this printer. Again, this is the P1P, not the X1. Maybe one day I'll get the X1 if the P1P works out. Still lots of whatever, a manual that I definitely need to read. Just taking the tape off of it, there we go. And then we have all of this. There's a lot going on here. Let's see, it is backwards. Let's flip it around. There we go. Wait, is it back? Yeah, it's forward now. Taking off more styrofoam. All this can go in the trash. So, let's just go from here. All right, switching over to the box that was in there. We've got the display that hooks up right here. It goes right on the front of the P1P. What else is in here? What is in this box? A whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna have to figure out what all that is. No idea what it is right now. Some white filament, a nice 1 kilogram roll. Take note of that, Creality. That is awesome, a nice 1 kilogram roll. I believe it's an extra heat sink and extruder. That looks really interesting. So you guys can see that. Wait, see if we can get it in focus. I don't know if the camera's gonna let me do that. Let's see. Wait, there we go. Yeah, that's really nice. 0.4 millimeters. We've got our power cable. We've got some PTFE tubing. We've got Allen wrenches and something else. Don't know what that is because it's not in English. The front is, but the back's not in English. So I'm gonna go ahead, do a quick time lapse, get all this stuff going together, and then get our first print going. So just like that, the printer is set up. I mean, that took way less time than the Creality printers take. I went ahead and used some blue filament instead of the filament that came in the box because I actually need the white for something else. But literally 5-10 minutes, that's all it took. It takes a lot longer on my first time on my Creality machine. So here we go, moment of truth. We're hitting the power button. And our movement, the screen lit up. We're good so far. Before you use, please make sure that you have read the user manual carefully. Okay. Before use, please make sure that you have removed the screw fixing the hotbed. I did. Select your region, North America. That's where we're at currently. Scan the QR codes to configure Wi-Fi and use your account on Bambu Handy app. I'm gonna set up later because I don't care about the Wi-Fi all that much. Terms and conditions, blah, blah, blah. Request your help to improve printing. Scan the QR code for details. Gonna skip that for now. Finally, let's run the self-test routine to check the status of your printer. All right, so let's see that. Start. Self-testing. Again, Creality does not have that. It's doing its thing. We're gonna go ahead and pull the extra padding out from underneath. It's doing something. Not sure what, it's making noise. Things are moving. Not really sure what's happening. Let's get you guys a better look. You can see that the bed is in fact moving. And it's doing something. Hopefully something good. I think it's doing some type of shake test because the bed is moving up and down rapidly. So it's like a vibration test. I remember reading about that. So I think that's what's going on right now. There are still parts all over this thing. I have no idea what they are because it's very different from Creality. Again, this machine is so much more complex, so much more whatever. It's shaking a lot right now. The bed's, I mean, the table's not shaking, the printer is shaking. I think it's doing that, again, the vibration test. Still in self-testing mode. So we will come back once all that is complete. All right, so once it's complete, you get this awesome little self-test complete. Your printer is ready. Enjoy printing. So I guess we're just gonna go for it and see what happens. All right, so I went ahead and connected it to my wireless network because there was an update. I wanted that to happen. And so you guys can see, I went ahead and did the, preview mode. There's a little camera sitting right inside here. So you can see what you're printing. That's so freaking awesome. Something that's really interesting and unique about this printer, I'm so used to just manually leveling things, I guess because I'm from the past. There are two knobs here, there's actually another one right here to level the bed. I'm not gonna touch them. We're just gonna go for our first print. Again, this is so strange to me, but we're gonna go for our first print and see what happens. All right, so for my very first print, I'm going with Kiriko's kunai from Overwatch. That's the new item I'm gonna be adding to the store. Yeah, I'm really shocked before I get printing that it can see items, I believe, inside of folders. I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that this printer can see items inside of folders, which the Creality machines cannot do. So this is an hour and some change print. I'm not sure if that's a good idea for our first print, but let's do it. And print.
A few moments later.
All right, so it has been, let's see, how long exactly? It doesn't say on here, but I think it was like 4 or 5 hours for this print. We're gonna try to get this off the bed and it pops right off perfectly. So this is our print. Let's see if we can focus in on it. There we go. It ended up actually printing in one piece instead of two, and I ended up using, as you can see, tree supports. But it looks really, really good. We're gonna see how difficult it is to pop these off. Right now, and it seems like it's actually kind of difficult, unfortunately. So, we're gonna see. I'm gonna just use my pliers, see if I can get those off. But this is the quality of it. I really do like it. And I'll just talk a bit more about it in a second once I get these supports off. All right, so I was able to get all the tree supports off of this prop, and it was the very first time I've ever used tree supports. I have to play with them a lot more, I'm gonna say that, because they adhered a lot stronger to this piece than I wanted it to. As you guys can see from the back here, it left some pretty rough scarring, or I'm not exactly sure what that's called. It could be cleaned up, but it's just gonna take a little more work than what I normally like to do, but it's not something that definitely, you know, is infixable or incurable or whatever. So just gonna have to play with those more. I ended up doing a few things to the basic settings. I lowered the distance, the Z distance between the support filament and the actual prop, and I think that's what caused it to adhere so tightly, so have to go back and maybe work on that. I also lowered the speed of my first layer and the overall print. It comes default, don't quote me, I think at factory is 1,000 millimeters per second, and I ended up lowering it to 300 millimeters per second for the overall print, and I think down to 100 for the first layer, because I was having some issues where the print was adhering to the bed, but in one specific part it just wouldn't adhere and it would like fly off the bed. So once I lowered the speed, I was able to fix that. So keep that in mind if you do get yourself a P1P. Also, something I really do like about this printer is that I no longer have to get up and physically put my prints on the printer. I simply connected it. I didn't do that at first, but I ended up connecting it. And now I can send everything straight from my printer, from my computer over to this printer. I love that, and it's got a little camera inside here and I can just watch it, so if anything messes up, I can just go stop the print and pull it off the bed and start all over. This is so far for my very first print, I am not complaining. This is great. The pattern on the back is due to the orientation in which it was printed. Maybe if I try printing it vertically, I don't advise that because there's nothing for here to form a solid base, but who knows, maybe the printer can handle that. But I am definitely looking forward to the things that I can do with this. I have some prints already in mind that plan to be printed hopefully at 1,000 millimeters per second. We're gonna see if I can get that to actually work. I'm sure just like the Creality machines, tons and tons of playing, and that's how I got them all to the point where I no longer, I never did print a Benchy, but where I really don't need Benchies now because I pretty much know what's wrong with them and how to fix things that I don't like. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Definitely looking forward to working with this machine more. I have a case that I already planned to print for this. I got the idea from Uncle Jesse. Check out his video where he turns one of these into a companion cube. I actually downloaded the companion cube file. I was gonna do the same thing, and then I found another file that I liked even more. So look forward to that episode. Not gonna spoil it just yet, but definitely also check out my new store, Boundless Cosplay. Right now everything is 25% off for 1 week. Definitely head over there, check it out. It will be in the link to the comment section below. So look forward to much, much more. Thank you guys so much for checking out this episode. And until next time, stay boundless. See you all. Bye-bye.